Hello children, how are you all? Hope everybody is doing good. Let me pray to the Almighty for your health and wealth and body strength too. Yes. Shall we enter this session? Yes. As you know, we are in history third lesson, that is the age of empires, Guptas and Vardhanas. So, we shall have a small recap. Put your thinking cap. Yes. So, as an introduction, what do we learnt? By the end of the century, 3rd century, the powerful empires established by the Kushanas in the north and Satavahanas in the south and had lost their greatness and strength. So, after the decline of Kushanas and the Satavahanas, Chandragupta carved out a kingdom and established his dynamic rule which lasted for about 200 years. So, that is how after the downfall of the Guptas, the interim of nearly 50 years, Harsha of Vardhana dynasty ruled North India. Okay. So, we are getting these information through some archaeological sources and literary sources too. And as a foundation of Gupta dynasty, Sri Gupta is the founder and he believed to have reigned over parts of present day Bengal and Bihar. He was succeeded by his son Gadodgaja. So, both are mentioned as Maharajas in inscriptions. So, after that Chandragupta I, he married Kumara Devi and from the Lichavi, powerful Lichavi family, and after Chandragupta, Samudragupta, son of Chandragupta I, became the greatest ruler of this dynasty. Okay. So, the Prayog Prashasti composed by Samudragupta's court poet Harisena was engraved on Allahabad pillar, and then after Samudragupta, Samudragupta was a great general, and when he became emperor, he carried on a various campaign all over the country, and even in the south, he made his campaign. Okay, Samudragupta conquered 9 kingdoms in northern India. He reduced 12 rulers as to the feudatories, and after that Chandragupta II, who was a son of Samudragupta, he was also known as the Vikramaditya, and his surnames may be like Vikramaditya, Narendra Chandra, Simha Chandra, Narasimha, and Vikrama Deva Raja, Devagupta and Devashri. And also he maintained friendly relationship with the rulers of northern India. The iron pillar near Qutub Minar is believed to have been built by Vikramaditya. Okay, he was succeeded by his son Kumaragupta I, who built the famous Nalanda University. Okay, Kumaragupta's successor Skandagupta had to face new threats in the form of invasion of Huns. At first, he can able to threaten, but later he cannot able to cope up with it. So, after Baladitya, the great Gupta empire faded away, and the last recognized king of the Gupta empire was Vishnu Gupta. Okay, last recognized king of the Gupta empire was Vishnu Gupta. Okay. So, after that we had seen about many policies like Gupta policies and how their land and tax system was, and trade and commerce, and also metallurgy, society, slavery, religion, art and architecture, literature, mathematics, astronomy and medicine too. Okay, this was all about the Gupta dynasty. Now, let us see about the Vardhana dynasty. So, after Gupta dynasty faded away, Vardhana dynasty started. So, the founder of the Vardhana dynasty or Pushyabhuti dynasty ruled from Taneshwar. So, Pushyabhuti served as the military general under the Guptas and rose to power after the fall of the Guptas. So, with the accession of Prabhakara Vardhana, the Pushyabhuti family became strong and powerful. Okay. So, Rajavardhana, the eldest son of Prabhakara Vardhana, ascended the throne after his father's death. So, Rajavardhana's sister, Rajya Shri's husband, Raja of Kannauj, was killed by Gauda ruler Sasanka of Bengal. So, Sasanka also imprisoned Rajya Shri. So, Rajavardhana, in the process of retrieving his sister, was treacherously killed by Sasanka. This resulted in his younger brother Harshavardhana becoming the king of this particular dynasty of Taneshwar. So, the notables of the Kannauj kingdom also invited Harsha to take its crown, right? He was being invited from all the other kings to crown, to make him as a crowned himself as the king of that particular region. After becoming the ruler of the both Taneshwar and Kanauj, Harsha shifted his capital from Taneshwar to Kanauj. So, conquest of Harshavardhana. What about the conquest of Harshavardhana? So, the most popular king of the Vardhana dynasty was Harshavardhana. Harsha ruled for 41 years. How many roles he had been ruling? 41 years. His feudatories included those of Jalandhar, Kashmir, Nepal and Vallabhi. So, Sasanka of Bengal remained hostile to him. It was Harsha who unfitted most of northern India. Okay, unified. Okay, he unified most of northern India, but the extension of his authority in the south was checked by Chalukya king Pulikesin II. The kingdom of Harsha disintegrated rapidly into small states after his death in the year 1648 AD. He maintained a cordial relationship with the rulers of Iran and also China. Okay, when we speak about the administration process, the emperor was assisted by a council of ministers. The prime minister occupied the most important position in the council of ministers. So, Bhaga, Hiranya and Bali. Okay, Bhaga, Hiranya and Bali. These were the three kinds of tax collected during Harsha's reign. So, criminal law was more severe than that of the Gupta age. Okay, than that of the Gupta age, severe criminal laws been made very strict. So, life imprisonment was the punishment given to the violation of the laws and for plotting against the king. Okay. So, perfect law and order prevailed throughout the empire. Harsha paid great attention to discipline and strength of the army. So, Harsha built charitable institutions for the stay of the travelers and to care for the sick and also the poorers. Okay. So, when we speak about the religious policy, Harsha was a worshipper of Shiva, Lord Shiva. Okay, strong worshipper of Lord Shiva in the beginning, but slowly he embraced Buddhism under the influence of his sister Rajeshri and Buddhist monk Hyun Sung. Okay, and he belonged to Mahayana school of thought. Harsha treated Vedic scholars and Buddhist monks alike and distributed charities equally to them. And he was the last Buddhist sovereign in India. As a pious Buddhist, Harsha stopped the killing of animals for food. So, he was noted for his policy of religious toleration and used to worship the images of Buddha, Shiva and Sun simultaneously. Okay, though he was embraced Buddhism, he used to worship all the gods. So, the images of Buddha, Shiva and Sun he used to worship, and he summoned two Buddhist assemblies, one at Kanauj and another at Prayag. Okay, one at Kanauj and another at Prayag. And art and architecture, when we speak about the art and literature, Harsha himself a great poet and dramatist. So, gathered around him the best of poets and artists. Harsha's popular works are Ratnavali and Nagananda and also Priyadarshika. Okay, his royal court was adorned by Panabhatta, Mayura, Hardata and Jayasena. So, temples and monasteries functioned as centers of learning. Okay, so even in temples, some children will be learning in Sanskrits. And Harsha constructed a large number of viharas, monasteries and stupas on the bank of the Ganges. The Nalanda University, a university and monastery combined, was said to have had 10,000 students and monks in residence when Hyun Sung visited the university. So, this itself tells us how Nalanda University was had been popular. Okay. Now, I have a video for you.
Dynasty. The Gupta Empire, which rose to power in 4th century AD, flourished for around 2 centuries. However, around 6th century AD, the Gupta Empire became weak and started disintegrating. This caused many small kingdoms to rise up and prosper. The Vardhan kingdom of Thaneshwar in present-day Haryana was one of them. The Vardhan or Pushyabhuti dynasty began ruling from 6th century. The Chinese traveler Yun Sang's writings, Vana's Harsha Charitra, and some copper inscriptions provide information about this period. The founder of the Vardhan dynasty was Prabhakara Vardhana. Harshvardhan was another prominent king of this dynasty. Harsha became the king of Thaneshwar after the death of his father, Prabhakara Vardhana, and his brother, Rajyavardhana. The king of Kannauj was married to his sister, Rajeshwari. When the king of Kannauj was killed by the king Sashanka of Bengal, Harsha captured Kannauj and attacked the king of Bengal. Thus he brought Bengal and Magad under his rule. The Kannada king of the Chalukyas, Pulakeshi II, did not let him advance beyond the Narmada river, the south. The court poet Ravi Kirti immortalized this achievement of Pulakeshi II in the panegyric or Prashasti, expressing how the exultation of King Harsha's joy dried up on the account of this defeat. The king ruled with assistance from the council of ministers. The Mahasandhi Vigriha or the negotiator, the Mahabaladikruta or the military general, the Bhogpati or the tax official, and the Dut made up the bureaucracy of the kingdom. For the purpose of governance, the kingdom was divided into provinces. Feudatory chiefs were appointed and given lands or gram in lieu of land tax and support of their armies during war. Land tax was the major source of income of the kingdom. The feudatory chiefs became independent when the king became weak. Buddhism was given prominence by King Harsha. This is seen even in the writings of Yun Sang. The Buddhist Nalanda University enjoyed royal patronage and was full of activity during this period. Let us
So now with this, I think you may get the better understanding of Vardhana dynasty. Now we shall have a discussion of book back exercises. First Roman, choose the correct answer. Your question is, Dash was the founder of Gupta dynasty. Options are Chandragupta I, Sri Gupta, Vishnu Gopa and Vishnu Gupta. So answer is Sri Gupta. And then Prayog Prashasti was composed by Dash. Kalidasa, Amarasimha, Harisena, Dhanvantri. Your answer is Harisena. Third question. The monolithic iron pillar of Chandragupta is at Dash. Mehroli, Bithari, Gadva and Madura. Your answer is Mehroli. And then fourth one, Dash was the first Indian to explain the process of surgery. Charaka, Shashruta, Dhanvantri, Agnivasa. Your answer was Shashruta. And fifth question, Dash was the Gauda ruler of Bengal. Sasanka, Maitraka, Rajavardhana, Pulikeshin II. Answer is Sasanka. Okay. And then next Roman, fill in the blanks. So Dash was the king of Ceylon, was a contemporary of Samudragupta. Which Ceylon king? Just think over. It is Meghavarman. And then Buddhist monk from China. Dash visited India during the reign of Chandragupta II. It is Fahin. Dash invasion led to the downfall of Gupta Empire, Huns. And fourth one, Dash was the main revenue to the government. It became a land tax. Fifth one, the official language of the Guptas was Dash. Which was the official language? Sanskrit. And Dash was the Pallava king was defeated by Samudragupta. Yes, it is Vishnu Gopa. And Dash was the popular king of Vardhana dynasty, Harsha. Harsha shifted his capital from Dash to Kannauj, Thaneshwar to Kannauj. Your answers are here. Sri Meghavarman, Fahin, Huns, land tax, Sanskrit, Vishnu Gopa, Harsha and finally Thaneshwar. These are the answers. Okay. Then comes for true or false. State whether true or false. Dhanvantari was a famous scholar in the field of medicine. Answer is true. The structural temples built during the Gupta period resemble the Indo-Aryan style. False. Sati was not in practice in the Gupta Empire. It is also false. It was in practice. Harsha belonged to Hinayana school of thought. It is also false. Harsha was noted for his religious intolerance. False. Religious tolerance he was noted for. Okay. Though he embraced Buddhism, he worshipped all the other gods like Shiva, Sun, everybody. Okay. So it is false. And finally, we have matched the following. Mihirakula, Aryabhatta, painting, Nalanda University, Sartavaga. Answer side you have astronomy, Kumaragupta, Skandagupta, caravan traders and Bag. So your answers will be 3, 1, 5, 2, 4. Okay. That is Kumaragupta, and then caravan traders, and then for painting, astronomy, and then Nalanda University, Bag, and then Sartavaga, Skandagupta. Okay, and then next one Bana, Harsha, Nalanda University, Hyunsung Buddhist Assembly. Your answer side you have 10,000 students, Prayag, Harsha Charita, Ratnavali, Suyuki. Your answer will be 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. Okay. So 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. Bana, Harsha Charita. Then Harsha, Ratnavali, Nalanda University, 10,000 students. Hyunsung, Suyuki. Hyunsung wrote the book Suyuki, and Buddhist Assembly, Prayag. Okay. With this, our book exercise got over. So let me wish to complete this session by thanking you for your listening, patience listening. Watch the video carefully and make a note of the one words and get ready for your next test. Thank you children. Bye. Take care. Stay tuned. Stay connected.